Hi, I'm Joe Ellison, and I'm back to read another excerpt, the 10th, from my novel Snarkey Putts, Paranormal Attorneys at Law, number 3, The Case of the Canine's Curse. I hope you will buy number 3. I hope that you will read number 3. And I hope that you will review number 3. Because number 4, which I'm working on right now, is proving to be a terrible pain in the neck, and it would be a big shot in the arm for me if I knew that more people were enjoying this series. Okay, that's all the tugging at your heartstrings that I'm going to do in this video. So let's get to the excerpt, in which we find our Andrew Putts, our hero, and his companion, Frank Migliore, the ex-cop, have rescued Putts' paralegal, Adele Brookfield, from the lair of the werewolf, and have now regrouped at the golf course condo belonging to the Menninger sisters, April, May, and June. Let's start. April stood looking out the window over the manicured lawn. A short, middle-aged Mexican man in a green jumpsuit gave her a broad, toothy smile as he ran his gas-powered clippers over the condominium's shrubs. He came close enough for her to read the white and red embroidered nameplate on his chest, Ramon. She stared straight through him, putting the palm of her hand to her cheek. Obviously, all is not as it seems. What did you say? Putts raised his voice from across the cathedral-ceilinged parlor. Yeah, I didn't catch that, echoed Migliore. Standing in the kitchen, her sister June drained her can of Coors Light. Single-cycle engines make a hell of a racket. May came around the kitchen counter carrying a tray full of steaming cups. Tea's ready. Ensconced in a leather lazy-boy recliner, huddled beneath an Indian blanket, her blonde hair dull, flat, and stringy, hanging over her face, Adele held out her empty snifter. Could I have another brandy, please? Do you really think you should, dear? May asked. That will make 5. June tossed her empty into a wastebasket. Don't be such an old fart, May. A good drunk would be the best thing in the world for her. She blew into the room, bypassed May, and snatched a cut-glass decanter from the coffee table. The sun glinted from the decanter onto Putts' face. It annoyed him. Worse, the sight of the decanter disturbed him, reminded him of something. He glanced at Migliore, only to find Migliore glancing back at him. June poured an ocean swell of brandy into Adele's outstretched snifter. Say when, honey. It's not every day you deal with a werewolf. Adele watched the amber liquid splash into her trembling glass. The word when was not forthcoming. June stopped about 2/3 of the way up. Adele held the snifter to her breasts, trying to absorb its warmth. I swear, there were more than one. 2 at least. She rocked back and forth in the recliner, her voice coming out in raspy bursts. There was a small one. It wasn't so hairy. It was almost human. She gulped more brandy than she could swallow, then coughed it up into the glass. But there was a terrible one, she gurgled. Hairy, big, bigger, long snout, teeth coming out all over. She dove back into the snifter, swallowed, wheezed. Huge! It had a huge dong. It showed me. She stretched her words into long whines. It stank like liquor. Worse, it breathed on me. It licked me. Oh. She broke into a fit of shivering, splashing drops of brandy over the snifter's rim, all over the blanket. June bent over and steadied the woman's hands in hers. She helped Adele put the snifter to her lips. Adele gulped more brandy down and was quiet. Ramon had taken his clippers around the side of the unit. Putts took advantage of the lull to cross the room and stand by April. Could she be right? He asked in a low voice. April gave it some thought. She could have been hallucinating. Terror will do that. But could there be more than one? Putts asked again. Could he have split? Elliot the dog in his man form, not Elliot the wolf in his man form. Oh, I don't know what I mean. But he told me I had to kill all the wolves in the line. He said that specifically, April considered. All of them? That's what he said. I don't understand it. She waved her hand and looked out the window. As far as we know, they're all dead. Ellsworth, Endicott, Arthur, all dead. You know what I'm gonna do, slurred Adele, wiping her eyes and pounding the now empty Snifter's foot against the cushioned leather arm of the recliner. I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna walk up to Mr. Snarkey and say, I don't need you, and I don't need your shitty job. I quit. That's what I'm gonna say. Then I'm gonna go home to Waltham. I'm gonna get married to a guy who's got shitloads of money. And I'm gonna spend it hand over fist. Over fist! I'm gonna buy a big house in Newton, and I'm not gonna give a shit. And then I'm gonna have 8 kids. I'm gonna pop 'em out one after the other. And I am never, ever gonna go outside my house again. And if people ask me why, I'm gonna say, 'cause I don't give a shit. Not a single shit. She dropped the Snifter into her lap. Her head drooped to her chest. She rolled out a long, loud, nasal snore. She's louder than that single cycle, June observed. Well, if you want to find out if Adele ever manages to realize her newfound ambition, then you'll just have to buy a copy of Snarkey Putts, The Case of the Canine's Curse. Now, if you would be so good as to click on the YouTube icon here, it will take you to the YouTube page of this video, where you will see a thumbs up button that you can click to like this video, and also you will see a subscribe button that you can click to subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate you doing either or both of those. And if then you look below, you will see the description for this video, which, if you'd like to buy it, will contain a link to the Amazon page for Snarkey Putts, Case of the Canine's Curse, as well as links to the other Snarkey Putts books that I've written and to my other works. Also there you will find links to my website, my Amazon author page, and even to my YouTube channel. Now, if clicking twice is too much for you, then you can always click once on either of the boxes next to my head, and that will take you to other videos of me reading other excerpts from any of the Snarkey and Putts books, as well as my other literary sojourns. So, oh, and by the way, watch out for my latest novel, Mr. Lake, which is coming soon, I promise. So, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope to see you again real soon.